push you and your whole image and your work and everything forward, whereas I'm not going anywhere. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel for anyone who is returning, and welcome for anyone who is new. Today's video is just gonna be about absolutely nothing specific. I am just so tired and that's why I put it in the caption for my video. When I say tired, I mean just everything. Like, I often think about life's purpose and sometimes it kind of stresses me out, so maybe I'll talk about that. Okay, so I changed my lighting a little bit. I hope that it helps. I'm really not so good with lighting because I don't have a lot of space. Our apartment is really small. I feel like you can take 10 steps and walk through it, but it's all good. I don't know. I was gonna record earlier, but my 30-minute nap turned into it was almost like 3.5 hours was how long I slept, because I created an alarm, but I didn't actually turn it on, but I thought I did. So I feel like in the back of my mind, I just didn't care. When I say I'm tired, I just mean tired of literally capitalism. I've always been taught, especially from just a young age growing up, that working hard will get you so far. It will get you everything that you want. When it's like, realistically, I've always tried to respect people and, you know, build these connections and work hard, be reliable. But what I find often, when you are trying to be this person that's reliable and you don't say no to people, people do take advantage of that and you can easily become drained. And so I'm in the process of not being a yes woman, and that's why I say I'm tired. Sometimes when you are setting boundaries for yourself, it's really easy to feel guilty about not talking to people as much as you used to, or not having the same type of relationship with the person. But when you look back in the long run, I feel like, you know, it's always worth it. And I find myself often sacrificing my peace just to, I guess, to not feel like I wasn't present, or like I wasn't a bad person. And I realized that no matter how much good that I do, when I say no to people, when I set boundaries, it's easy for them to make me the villain. But also, I'm okay with being the villain, and I'm okay with just protecting myself and my peace, really. So getting back to my little chat on capitalism, I say I'm tired because I feel that as a Black woman in the nonprofit or any type of professional setting, I don't know, it's just rough because I want to be polite to people, but the moment I'm not, yes, 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 all the time, I want to do everything for everyone. When you're not like that all of the time, people get offended because they're so used to having that privilege of you being this person that's on point, that has their back. But when it comes to the things that you need and the support you need, you really often don't get it back in return. And people will try to just give you something and say, be grateful, accept it, you know, be patient. But those around you don't have to be patient. So, you know, I'm just tired. And like I mentioned in my other videos, I think that sometimes when people come from a place of privilege, or they don't really understand how these like economic problems exist, or like this generational poverty that exists within these Black communities that they say that they want to serve, you cannot just say, here's something and I want to offer it, and I know that it is related to this bigger issue you have, but I'm not going to be a resource for you. I'm just going to give you this one thing. And that's not enough. People need to feel like they trust you. And so, me being someone that's really not as far away from these people when it comes to our socioeconomic status, yet, you know, I did the things that the people in this same group feel would have granted me success, which is I went to school, got a degree, you know, I have a lot of work experience, a lot of nonprofit experience, but yet people don't want to offer me anything above entry-level positions, even though I'm now at my 5-year mark. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, I'm just thinking a lot about how I am placed in society and how I don't want to compromise my peace of mind just to not seem angry or aggressive or confrontational, just because I don't want to say yes. And just because people assume that because I am a Black woman that I'm just willing to just listen, and it's really not the case. And I feel like I'm at this point in my life where I do know my worth, and although I am still working through how I display that to the world, I don't know. I want to come off as someone who is strong and that is sure of themselves and sure of their work and what they had to offer. I do not want to be at this period of just saying yes and saying I'm just going to be accepting of this when I know it's not enough. And just because you can't give it to me doesn't mean that I should, you know, stay in this place where I'm unhappy and I'm doing all these things to push you and your whole image and your work and everything forward, whereas I'm not going anywhere. And time is passing and people around you are moving up. I just hate how in this just world of capitalism, like this whole like scenario is very regular for a lot of people, and it's definitely unfair. So that's why I say I'm tired, but I'm tired. I definitely feel that, I don't know, I think that we should be on some type of lockdown. Like, we all need a mental reset. I say we all need a mental reset because, one, I feel that the one thing that we normally see now that is being normalized right now is just violence and seeing violent things happening. And I'm not saying that people should not be aware of how brutal things are, because they should. People should know that slavery is still going on, and people should know that sex trafficking is still a big thing, and you know, stuff like that is like really still happening. And we really have to sit back and think about all that happens in the world and where the world is going and where it's moving to. And we're moving into this place where we kind of have been due to the pandemic, ironically enough. Oops, I dropped something. But I was saying, due to the pandemic, we've kind of moved away from actually interacting with each other in person. And I feel that as time goes on, we'll just kind of continue to move in the direction of being separate and isolated and connecting through, you know, the virtual world and whatever else. And for me personally, I'm really not that great of a texter. Like, I'll have my times where I can be a good texter, but then I will just fall off. And I don't know, like, I used to be a person to say I would just pick up and call people, but it's like now people really don't want you to call them. Like, they want to text, they want to send audio messages, maybe FaceTime, but I really only FaceTime with like my closest friends. But I don't know, it's just so weird how like the everyday communications between people, like, ironically enough, has changed. Like, the biggest example of that is when you knock on someone's door. I still knock on people's door, except if it's a house. I wouldn't say for an apartment, only because I know a lot of the times people might meet you outside. They might meet you at the door before you even get to knock. So I don't know, it's just weird. I don't know how I feel, and I'm like, I'm not that old, so it's like if I live another 40 plus years, I'm not sure where the world would be. And my girlfriend had me watching The Matrix. I watched the first hour, and it's kind of scary how I was saying to her that, I don't know, the movie just feels like a prophecy almost. I don't know. I believe it is in a way, because it just really highlights like our current times so accurately. And I just don't know where we are ending up. I really don't. And for me, change is scary, but I just feel like there will be so many new mental health issues that will be studied as time goes on that are related directly to the whole social media virtual thing. And I don't know, I just think about when I see kids online, and I don't know, just the things that kids see. It's just very interesting to me. It's too much. So if you go to my info area on my YouTube page, I updated what my Monday, Wednesday, and Friday videos will be. I'm still trying to think of like good themes. That's all. I'm really just trying to think of what I want to push moving forward. I know that I like doing my makeup, but I like doing my makeup, putting a whole look together, and then taking photos. But it's not something that I've done in a while, but I will try to do that this week. If I vlog the rest of this week, then I will share it, but I'm not sure if I will because I'm tired. That's this video. But my video for Thursday will be part 2 on body image in the digital age. I didn't have much to say besides, if you're tired, you should rest. We all know that slogan that if you leave a job, you'll easily be replaced, but you really will. And when I think about the things I've been through and where I am now, I'm still going through a lot, but I've gone through so much that it doesn't really feel as bad as I thought I would be feeling. So I feel good about that. If you have something you want to do for yourself, just do it. And that's something I'm working on. So if you enjoyed this quick chat with me, Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.